Hey YouTube, it's Brian, and tonight just kind of wanted to do a video on the fish food, the food I feed my different tanks I got running. By no means this is a not a review of the food. It's just the kind of food that I've been using from day one, and it kind of turns out they're all omega-1 products. Pretty much when I first started out in the hobby, I had a 26-gallon bow front that was pretty much all, your typical tropical fish that you start out with: mollies, platies, swordtails, things of that nature. And one of the first foods I've ever bought was the omega-1 freshwater flakes right here, and the omega-1 veggie rounds. And I just remember the veggie rounds, that tank, they loved it. And then ever since I started growing out and getting more tanks, I continued along, depending on the fish's diet, using omega-1 products. Being on YouTube now for a while and watching everybody's videos, with the cichlids, I like to maybe try New Life Spectrum, or there's that other product, Norfin, that everybody's talking about. So I probably will like to try that out. But this is what I use right now, and this is what works for me. So on the African cichlid tank, I got a Mbuna tank. So a lot of the fish are omnivores and herbivores. So I try to keep a diet, mainly a veggie diet. So again, I feed these the veggie rounds to them, which they love. I feed these kelp veggie pellets. There's the small size there, 8 ounce, and they seem to like that. And then also the kelp flakes. And then I also get fed to my Yellow Lab fried tank. All right, moving on to my 36-gallon, which is a mixed tank. We have a firemouth, a convict, a spotted African leaf fish, a red-tailed shark, and 4 giant danios. They get a combination of this freshwater flake food, omega-1 high in protein formula, the shrimp pellets, the tubiflex worms, as well as the freeze-dried brine shrimp that I don't have in front of me here. All right, and then moving on to my 26-gallon, where I have green spotted pufferfish. I feed the freeze-dried shrimp right there. They really like that a lot, and the omega-1 freeze-dried krill. And they don't like this as much as they like the shrimp, I've noticed. But they do, they will eat it. I try to mix it up from time to time, but they really like the shrimp the best. And I also feed this to my 36-gallon tank as well, with the firemouth and the leaf fish, and the giant danios really like this stuff too, as well as the krill. Again, it seems krill is the least like of all my fish food for those two tanks. And then lastly, I saw a video online about the homemade gel food, and found the recipe, and I've been doing this. And I feed this to my Yellow Lab fry tank. I break off little tiny pieces and just squish it up and put it in there, and they seem to really like it a lot. As well as to my 55-gallon African cichlid tank, and they really like this stuff a lot. This is made with, normally I make it with some broccoli, zucchini, squash, garlic cloves, and I usually put a couple blueberries in the mix, and a piece of mango, just pretty small piece of mango, just to spice up a little bit, as well as I grind up the veggie rounds in that formula in the food, and they really like it. So I'm going to try to get some video of feeding my tanks right now, so hopefully this will all work out, and take it from there. All right, so here's the 55, and I'm getting ready to put in this homemade gel food. And let's see if I can get a good video of that already. There it goes. Maybe I like to tear that up. There they are. Look at that. That's my big Yellowtail ACI. He just gets there and destroys it. And I usually feed 2 blocks of this. And as you can see, they tear it up pretty good. And a fair amount of them go after it. And not all of them eat it. I noticed my OB kind of stays away from it. But all the herbivores and omnivores, yellow labs, pretty much all of them kind of get after it. And see, look at there. He's got a nice chunk in his mouth. Alright. Let's see if we drop one more in. There goes another one down. There they are, tearing it up. So, and I've been making this food now for a while. Pretty much since I got this tank up and running beginning of this year, I learned how to make it. And after you make it and cut it up, it lasts for a 2-3 month type supply. Keep it in the freezer, and when I need some, I just defrost it in the fridge. And it's ready to go. All right. All right, here's the 36. I'm gonna try to get the African leaf fish here because he really likes the tube flex. So if I can get him baited up to come to the top. He's too busy looking at the camera now than he is looking at the food. You can see Daniels are going after it. Oh, they really like it. It's a shame. Try to get video of this African leaf fish, and half the time he stays on a log, and there he is. He sees the activity. But it's amazing how he opens his mouth up and he just takes down a chunk of that tube flex. There he goes. There, see that? Look at that, grab that. He's about 6 inches, that guy. He's big. And like I said, he dogs it down. Alright. Well, it wasn't much, but at least it was something. Alright, these are green spotted puffers. I'm trying to give them, look like they're hungry, come up to the top of the tank. So let's see if I can get them eating this shrimp. There we go. There he goes. Now, one thing about this tank I noticed, I got tons of little tiny particles. I added some polyfill to this tank and still can't seem to get those particles cleared out. I'm not sure. I think it's the filter I have. I bought a 55 Marineland kit, and I'm using the filter from that thing on here, and it's the only tank I have this problem with. But as you can see, they really like that stuff. They tear it up, and these fish are doing pretty good. Growing a little slow, but that's fine with me. And they have this tank to themselves, so plenty of room to grow out in this 26 gallon. Alright, YouTube. I do have the fry tank, but I'll do an update on them at another time, maybe do a little feeding there. But there you go. And again, that's just the food I feed my fish, and again, not recommending it or anything like that, but my fish seem to like it, and it's what works for me. And I think that's what you gotta find a lot in this hobby. Alright, comment, like,
and subscribe.